Can you imagine anything in this world is about to float? Or even wonder why we tend to lean forward if a jeepney suddenly stops after a very high speed? We're going to answer your question one by one as I discuss to you things that science can explain. Hello, my name is Riza Santos and join me for the next few minutes as I share to you things about science. Force is an action that can change motion. It is a push or a pull or any action that has the ability to change an object's motion or change the direction in which an object is moving. Isaac Newton created the laws of motion and he discovered gravity. These were very important to the advancement of physics. Newton's three laws of motion: law of inertia, law of acceleration, and law of interaction. The first law of motion is the law of inertia. This law states that an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion at constant velocity unless acted upon by an external force. Inertia, the tendency of an object to stay at rest or in motion. Objects with greater mass have greater inertia. It's a force we sometimes cannot see, and that is called friction. Objects on Earth, unlike the frictionless space in the moon travels through, are under the influence of friction. For example, slide a book across the table and watch it slide to a rest position. The book comes to a rest because of the presence of the force, and that force being the force of friction, which brings the book to a rest position. In the absence of a force of friction, the book would continue in motion with the same speed and direction forever, or at least to the end of the tabletop. Next is gravity. Gravitational force is the attraction between any two bodies with mass. Gravity, the attractive force between all objects in the universe. The Earth exerts a force on the student, and the student exerts a force on the Earth because of gravity. The second law of motion is the law of acceleration. It states that the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the magnitude of the net force acting on it and inversely proportional to its mass. If an object has more mass, it accelerates at a lower rate because mass has inertia. To get the acceleration of an object, so this is the formula. A is equal to F over m, where A is the acceleration, F stands for force, and m for mass. What is the acceleration and a mass of 50 kg if a force is 10 Newton is applied? To get the acceleration, so let us use the formula A is equal to F over m. A is equal to 10 Newton over 50 kg, and then it is equal to 0.2 Newton per kilogram, and Newton is equivalent to kilogram meter per second square, then over kilogram, cancel kilogram, and then we will get 0.2 meter per second square, and that is the final answer. The third law of motion, the law of interaction. It states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Example of law of interaction. Flying gracefully through the air, birds depend on Newton's third law of motion. As the birds push down on the air with their wings, the air pushes their wings up and gives them lift. Action, tire pushes on road, and the reaction, road pushes on tire. Another example, in rocketry, the gases being expelled is the action, and the rocket propelling forward is the reaction. To sum up the 3 Newton's laws of motion, so let's have an example. How do Newton's laws describe the motorcycle rider? First, inertia keeps the rider moving forward. Second, the force with which the rider hits the ground will be equal to his mass times his deceleration. And lastly, the action of hitting the ground will equal to the reaction of the dirt. There you go. I hope you have learned a lot and understand things about science. Once again, my name is Riza Santos, giving you information with credibility and crisp. Bye-bye!